Okay, this video is what we covered on Thursday, the 18th, and Friday, the 19th. This is talking about the different vocabulary for circles. So we're going to start with a circle in the center of a circle. The circle is the set of all points that are the same distance from the center. So if you start at the center and you go 3 inches out, it's all the points that are 3 inches away. So when we make a circle, it looks like this. That will be our center. And on this one, we're going to make the center letter A. So the notation for a circle is a circle with a dot in it and then capital A. A radius is a line segment that goes from the center to a point on the circumference. And remember, circumference, like in this blue circle over here, it's the one that goes all the way around. So it's the outside, the border. Okay, so if we draw a picture of a circle, we go from the center to a point on the circle, then BD would be our radius. A radius is a segment, so we have to write it with 2 letters with a bar over it. The order does not matter. Okay, a chord. A chord is a line segment whose endpoints are on the circle. So if I make a circle with the endpoints, then segment EF is going to be a chord. Now, chords come in all different sizes. You can have really small, really big, just depending on where they are in the circle. But you have to start and stop on the circle with the chord. It's completely contained inside. Now, a diameter is a special kind of chord. A diameter is a chord that goes through the center of the circle. The diameter is always the largest chord in the circle. So in this picture, segment GI is our diameter. And again, radius, chord, diameter, they're all segments. So it's 2 letters with a bar over it. The order doesn't matter. A secant. A secant is a line that intersects the circle twice. So to the side a little bit. If we have a circle and a line cuts through the circle, so chord is everything inside the circle. A secant goes out. So in this picture, line, and I'm going to use the line notation now, not a segment, is a secant. So the line HI is a segment. I totally said that wrong. Line HI is a secant, but if I talk about segment HI starts and stops on the circle. A segment is a part of a line. It's not the whole line. And that part of the line is inside the circle. So that part is a chord. So as we're giving or writing notation or writing our answers, we have to be really careful. A secant is a line, so it's line notation. If you write as a segment, you just want the chord. So it's 2 different things. Okay, let's look at a tangent line and the point of tangency. So if you have a circle, a tangent line is going to intersect the circle once. Okay, so it's only connecting one place. A secant is twice, a tangent is once. If I put letters on this, okay, in this picture, line JK is the tangent. Okay. Point K, and when we do K, we do points, which is a capital letter. Point K is the point of tangency. Now, you're not really going to have to define the point of tangency, but a problem later on might say, at the point of tangency, blah, blah, blah. So you have to know where that is so you know what they're talking about. That's why we have it. Oops, jumped too far. Okay, next one is talking about arcs. An arc is a piece of the circumference. So the circumference is the distance all the way around the circle one time. An arc is the only part of the distance. You just go for this little portion of it. Okay, there's 3 kinds of arcs. There's a minor arc that's less than 180. There's a major arc that's between 180 and 360. And there's a semicircle that is exactly 180. So if I draw a circle, and I'm going to put some points on it. Okay, let's say I wanted just this arc right here. Okay, that is a minor arc because it's less than half of the circle. And when I have minor arcs, I'm going to use 2 letters to label them. So arc LM. would be this one. And when I use two letters, it's always the shortest distance between the 2 points. So what I have in yellow is the shortest distance between the 2 points. However, what if I wanted this big arc over here? What if I wanted this one? Well, when I want a large arc, then I'm going to do the 3 letters, but L is where it starts, N is when it goes through, and M is where it ends. So as we do this, this is always start, goes through, ends. It's always got to be in that order. All right. And the last picture or that word is a sector. A sector is a piece of the area of a circle. So it's just circumference, or excuse me, arc is part of the circumference, sector is part of the area. So if I have a circle and the area is the whole circle, if I just get a piece of this, I have 2 radii and they meet with the arc, this right in here is a sector. Now, a sector doesn't really have notation, but if you're looking at a picture and it says find the area and it looks like a slice of pizza, you need to be finding the area of a sector. All right, let's practice some of these words. So as we're looking at this first picture, it wants us to give the name of the circle. Remember, if we name a circle, it always starts with the center point. So the circle notation is a circle with a dot in it, and then we say E. A radius has to go from the center to the side. So we could have EF, or we can have EG. Okay, EI doesn't work because I didn't have a segment drawn in here. Okay, and this one doesn't go, IH doesn't go through the center, so that's not going to work either. Our diameter is FG. Okay, a chord starts and stops on the circle. So for this picture, the chord they was IH. But it can also be FG because remember, a diameter is a chord that goes through the circle or the center. So by definition, a diameter is always going to be a chord. A chord will sometimes be a diameter. Tangent touches the line in one spot. So in this time, it would be line JK. A secant goes all the way through and touches the circle in 2 spots. So on this one, it'd be line LM. Okay. Second one, the circle, we got to name it by the center. So it's A, so it's going to be circle A. The radius, well, there's 2 of them in this picture. You could have AC or you could have AB, but it's got to start on the center, start on this point, and go to the circle. Diameter, it's a chord that goes all the way through the center. So the diameter on this one would be CB. A chord starts and stops on the circle. So the chord in here that we can label as HI. Now we can't do DE or DE as a chord because those points are outside of the circle. They're not on the circle. So that's why we can't do that one. Tangent. Tangent is FG. Secant is DE. Okay. If you want some practice, pause the video for a second and then do 3 and 4, and then I'll give you a chance to check your answers. Okay, here are the answers to 3 and 4. Remember that the notation of a circle is always a circle with a dot in the middle. And remember that in a tangent and a secant, those are always going to be lines. The other ones are going to be segments. Okay, if you want to take a minute to copy this down, you can always pause the video. Here's the next page. Okay, what is the difference between a minor arc and a major arc? A minor arc is less than half of the circle. A major arc, whoops, combining 2 words. Arc is more than half. Okay, minor arc. A minor arc, we use 2 letters. A major arc, we use 3 letters. A semicircle is always exactly 180. And for a semicircle, we're going to use 2 or 3 letters, just depending. If we just want to say just tell someone it's a semicircle and half the circle, you can just use 2 letters. If you want to specifically use this semicircle, not the other side, then you use 3. So if we're looking at number 6, they want us to name this arc right here. Well, that arc is less than half of the circle, so we know that it's just going to be 2 letters. It's going to be arc AB, and it's going to be minor. But if we look at number 7, now they want this big arc. So when it's a big arc, we know that it's going to be a major arc. And when it's a major arc, we have to use 3 letters. So we're going to write where it started. Well, I started highlighting at A. I went through point D, and I ended at B. This last one, they want this arc right here. So it is half a circle. So it is a semicircle, but they don't want just any half. They want the top half. So since there's a specific half they want, we need to use 3 letters. So when I highlighted, I started at P, went through S, and ended at Q. All right, now we are going to look at a picture and decide if they are major, minor, or semicircles. So if I'm looking at AE is this piece, because remember when it's 2 letters, it's the shortest distance between the 2 points. So AE would be a minor arc. Now it wants AED. So I'm going to start at A, go through E, and end at D. And yes, that's the order you go because it's start, go through, end. That one is more than half. So that is a major arc. Okay, what about FDE? F to D to E. That's half of a circle. That's semicircle. Okay, erase some of these. DFB. Start at D, go through F, end at B. That would be a major one. FA. When it's 2 letters, it's always the shortest distance between the 2 points. So that is a minor arc. Now, if I do FE, the shortest distance to those 2 points, could you do the other half? Absolutely, because it's the exact same distance no matter which one you go, because it is a semicircle. All right, next one, BDA, B to D to A. Oh, that's half of a circle, so that's going to be a semicircle. Last one would be FBD. So we start at F, go through B, end at D. And that one is a major arc. Okay, for the last few questions, I want you to pause your video, see if you can answer them on your own, and then come back and check your answers. Okay, so minor arcs, it's going to be 2 letters. It's got to be less than half of the circle. I gave you 2, but you could also do QS. You could do TU. You could do PU. You could do PS. You could do QT. Doesn't matter. Major, it's got to be more than half. So I did PTS and QUP, but there's other options as well. You could do SPT. You could do TQS. Just keeps going. Okay, there's 360 degrees in a circle, and there's 180 degrees in a semicircle. So those are your notes for the vocabulary.